All right, perfect. So welcome to Back to Basics Growth on a Thursday night. For those of you who have not been on a call here before, we do it kind of differently. And I'm passionate about personal development and growth. I've personally been on an incredible trip over the years, and my journey has led me to this moment where life is absolutely unbelievably, amazingly special and magical. And over the last couple of years, I found some really incredible ways that have changed my life 180. And I've taken action steps. I've plugged into really expanding myself, because I don't know about you, but I certainly know that I was stuck in a complete rut, uh, finances, relationships, everything. So I have, for a number of years, just been searching and searching and searching for something to fulfill me, and I couldn't and understand how life worked and understand how life ticked. And at the beginning of 2018, in fact, I came across, when you're just busy clicking on things, and clearly the universe decided to dump something in front of me, and I came across a site called Abraham Hicks. And it's Abraham Hicks and the teachings of, and I know there are a few of you on this group that are also follow Abraham or know of the teachings, Lothar, Joe, I know Al, you're on my group, Kiri, you're on my group, and I think you're all starting to understand what these teachings are about. So I really dived into finding out about personal development on a bigger scale, like the science behind it and the energies, etc., to try and understand. And when I came across Abraham Hicks, oh my God, it was like a breath of fresh air. Suddenly I was in a classroom that I understood, and that it was so easy. And all the years and years and years that I had trying to read books, which became, we laugh at it every week, our shelf development books, and everything was so serious, and I didn't understand it, and I just still didn't answer questions, but I was still growing. But I came across on YouTube Abraham Hicks, and I started listening, and I was like, oh my God, this is exactly what I was talking about. This is exactly what I wanted to learn and hear. And I literally dived into it, and I stretched myself with the homework, with the actions of really applying my life to the teachings. And I'll tell you a little bit just now, but I literally popped out the other side a completely different being, and very proud of who and where I've have become, from where I've become and who I've become. So I'd like to share with you a clip. I have an Abraham Hicks WhatsApp group, which I think some of you are on, which I know some of you are on. And last night I'd loaded a couple of new people, so I posted a couple of clips. And while I just got back from presentation, so I was at home, and I was posting while I was sort of still arriving home, and one of the clips carried on playing, and it was the heading one that I actually called this evening's, Who Am I? And I listened to this, and I honestly and truly, I just thought, I have got to base tonight's teaching on that one clip, and I will post it on the Telegram group after this, so that you've actually got a copy of it, and you can hear the whole session, which is about 15 minutes. But I listened to this, and then I thought, oh, okay, tomorrow I'm going to go through it and stop it, and I'm going to type it up, because I really want to read it to you guys, what the words were. And I think, oh, when am I going to find time to type this up? This morning on the Abraham group, when I turned it on there, Jeff went and typed a whole lot of it up that I actually wanted to type up for you. So Jeffrey, I know you're not on this call, but I hope you get to listen to the recording. Thank you for doing half my homework. So I copied and pasted your bit so that I could actually read it to you all. And it was so profound. I felt like the words were my words. So it's an explanation of you know, who am I? Who are you? Have you really figured out who you are? So over the past, especially the last year, I've been really, and especially this year, and Joe knows as well, I've been trying to find my inner address. I've been working on my identity, my address, my business card. What does my soul want? What do I want? What is my DNA? What is my hashtag home address inside me? And I've been really, because my GPS kind of took a bit of a ring around at the beginning of the year when I literally sold up my entire life and put my life in boxes and surrendered to the universe and said, okay, fine, if you say thoughts become things, let's prove this. And I went on a journey of proving that Abraham Hicks and the teachings are in fact true. And so when I heard, when the last few months when I've been trying to figure out who am I, who is Susie Jenkins, who am I in this world, why am I here? And all these new people that I meet, and you know, like, who are you? And they say, no, I'm an electrician, I'm a plumber, I'm an accountant, I'm a teacher, whatever. That's not the question. Who are you? Who are you as a person? What do you represent? What, you know, we all know that we are energies, but what is your frequency address? And how stable is your frequency address? So I want to read this to you. I've actually typed it up and just try and find it so that I can read this to you. And then I want to go through some explanation of it with relation to my life and where you guys may be at. So it's a clip that Esther Hicks on YouTube through the following of Abraham Hicks says, and it's headed, Amazing, Who Am I? Everything is always working out for me, always working out for me. So if things are always working out for me, what other things would I like to define what things I'd like to work out for me? So what specific things, what evidence would ring my bells? I would like to have confidence in me, so that when I am moving in traffic, I'm being guided about where to go. I would like to have good timing. I'd like to look at the world and have a sense of who I am in accepting this world in all that it is. I would live in a constant state of appreciation. I would like to be an uplifter. I'd like anyone who comes into contact with me to benefit as a result of our being together. I would like to not feel bad when that doesn't happen. And I'd like to be in a place when I'm not at my best, where I'm not even close to my best, and not beat up myself for not being my best, because I know, like the ocean, I have ebb and flow too. I would like to be completely accepting of myself and of everyone else. I would like to trust in the law of attraction and the information it gives to me. I would like to live in a constant state of appreciation. I want to be in the being that I am born to be. I want to be in this physical body, and I want to be all I was born to be. And I want to have clarity, and I want to feel energy when I wake up. I want to sleep good, and I want to eat well. I want people to feel good. I want them to feel so good. I would like people to know the value they are, one at a time. I would love to tune into the frequency of who I am and spread the joy of who I am. I would like to be a catalyst of making others feel good. I'd like to be so true to my own vibrational frequency that anything I want is flowing into me, and anything I don't want is flowing out of me, understanding that there will always be contrast on the edge of what I'm living. Oh, that's it. I'd like to control my contrast better. I'd like to be better at inviting the contrast. I'd like the contrast to come in the form of a question to which I'm seeking an answer, rather than in the form of a problem for which I am needing a solution. So the teachings of Abraham Hicks and those words of who I would like to be, I don't want to be known for the success in the money or the business or success in material world. I know that my address, I want to be known for the person I am and the joy I bring out into the community that we have business-wise and friends-wise. So, you know, I started my personal development really strongly. I remember it in my early to mid-30s. I went on a massive, like, feeling very lost in a very unhappy marriage. And I really started searching me. Why was I feeling so unhappy, and how could I turn this around? And that was when, funny enough, I came across network marketing. I'd always done other sales in my 20s, but in the mid-30s, I got involved with a network marketing company that is massively known for personal development, Network 21. And I promise you, I was like a sponge for personal development. You know, Jeff Roberti says that network marketing is a personal development course cleverly disguised as a business. When I embraced the personal development side, my business was okay, but I really, honestly and truly embraced the personal development side. I listened to CDs. I made my car my library. I listened to CDs. I had books. I had audio books. I was searching. I was learning. I was growing. It got me through my divorce. It got me through my family breaking up and coming back together, me moving on. It got me through highs and lows of immense proportion. I kept growing because I used, when I met Andrew and when we launched our business in early 2012, when I got involved, I landed up using the platform not as a threat or not as a grudge that, oh, I've got to pitch up, you know, I've got to go do the business, and I'm not doing it, so I'm not going to go. I did the other side of it, is that I used it as a personal development platform, because every time I went there was always someone positive, because we were all on the same personal development within the community anyway. Andrew always was uplifting despite the chaos around us. And so I used it. I used to pitch at events. And I know we get thrown tons of events and things within our business environment. But these environments you need to start looking at very differently and embrace it, because that's where the frequency of positivity is. That's where so many people miss out on just how uplifting and just how you can move forward in your business by pitching at the right people. I mean, Keith, you guys coming from Swellendam every month, it's like a big family reunion. You want to be with these people. You want to be at the trainings and the meetings. And I really was pretty useless at the business side. I totally, I mean, I think Andrew pulled all his hair out. That's why he's got no hair. You know, he used to just like, but we're not get your business growing. But he didn't understand. I believed my purpose was to really dissect the personal development side of things. And I found the love of new relationships and friendships within our team. I've got the recognition, and well done to all of you who are achieving. Freaking amazing. I get you. It is just so amazing to be recognized as an adult and to be recognized for something that you actually don't mind doing, and you're getting this recognition. And to belong. I think that was the main thing why I pitched at events, and never quit this business, because I just wanted to, I thrived on the belonging. And because I knew I was, going to be miserable when I go home. So this was my happy place, and these were my happy people, because everyone starts dreaming again, and they're always talking positive, and they get excited and what have you. So I always came back to that frequency. And when I started learning about the positive and negative energies, and that you are giving a frequency off, I realized how even more important it was to pitch up at events where you have got like-minded people. And I started doing even more in my own social life of only going to places and things where there was positivity. So for the past couple of years, I've been very aware, and when I was introduced to Abraham Hicks at the beginning of, it was around about the beginning of 2018, and I suddenly got the science behind it and the logic behind it, and I urge you guys, I'll post clips and things, and if you want to join my Abraham group, you're so welcome. But I want you to go look on YouTube for Abraham Hicks, and I want you to go and search who are they and understand the concept. And even if you don't quite get it, I want you just to go and at least click on random, put any theme in, and see if you resonate with it, because it has taught me how to literally take a chill pill, and how to, that I'm totally and singularly in charge of everything that goes down in my life. If I have a crap day, it's my fault. If I have a good day, it's my fault. And I understand how important that personal development and really, really making an effort of finding your happy. So at the beginning of this year, when I literally, totally, and absolutely reset my life, personal development you can drag through with every single book that you want to read. But until you make a decision and draw the line in the sand and say, I'm going to change the way that I'm thinking, nothing is going to change in your life. Nothing is going to change in your life until you make a decision and say, this old story is not serving me. And Joe was very part of my story at this time. Ian was around as well. Lothar was very part of my story at this time at the beginning of the year. When I literally, I felt my brain, I felt everything literally just shift at 1 degree when I was adamant that I was going to focus on positivity straight ahead of me. And I had lots of teachings, that whole year's worth of listening to Abraham and understanding, you know, exactly how I was creating my own reality. So I look at my life now, today, the 12th of September, and I am exactly where I am. You know the way they say you're exactly where you are because of the thoughts yesterday? Well, I look at my thoughts that started 8, 9 months ago. And where I am today, I do not recognize my life. I do not recognize my persona. I do not recognize my energy field. And I hung on to the moment I made the decision of out with the old, reset story. I am only going to focus on happy. Anything that I can just stay away from the negative, that I was so laser focused. I talk about laser focused of getting, if you do not start working from the inside out, your outside can still collapse. When you find that absolute law of attraction and you trust it, it is the most special place to belong. And I look at all the categories of my life, which I'd love to share with you. And, you know, I have the ability to look at things now and decide, do they please me or do they not please me? And I make a decision from there on of how I map out my day and what momentum is created, how I map out my week, how I map out my month. And it starts with, and I think next week I'll do that call, it starts with 17 seconds. It starts with making the decision, and it starts with 17 seconds. And when you understand the law of attraction, which Abraham just relays so beautifully in such a beautiful classroom. And so I literally look at my life, and first of all, I look at the relationships around me. And, you know, until if you're a frequency and you are your own radio station, you will attract in any relationships around you that frequency, that exact radio station as well. I had completely surrendered to the universe of just, I was focused on just the happy pill every day of what makes me happy and doing more of it and more of it and more of it and more of it. I have today have the most incredible relationship with my two sons. I really do. I mean, my boys, like Ross phones me up yesterday, Mom, what are you doing for lunch? Let's go for lunch together. Yeah, sure, he wants a free meal. But, you know, we actually have the most incredible conversations. My boys are very special to me, and we actually have always kept the communication channels open, despite divorce and what have you. We beat the system because I have always kept that channel open. And I know it is my sole responsibility with my children to be the happiest version of the entire me, because it influences them. We know that energy affects people. So do I not want my children to be happy? Therefore, my sole responsibility is to check in on me. I have also been divorced for 8 years, and out of the blue came the most incredible man who's on this call. And you know, Joe and I met 4 years ago with two totally different stories, and how it all came back when I surrendered to, like, I need to work on me. I've got to focus on me and not look for external happy. And the moment I drew the line in the sand with that, and Joe had done that as well, he had stopped searching. Somehow, 4 years later, the two of us, thanks to Facebook, hooked up again, chatting, and re-met in March. And the rest is history. We have now got this unbelievable fairy tale, an unbelievable law of attraction relationship, which is just unfolding into pure magic. And I'm so blessed. But I realized I brought him into my space as he brought me in. So I just have to look at the mirror of it. So my relationships have done this complete 180. I look at my friends around me, and they are just the most incredible people. And all the old, like, people who are on different frequencies, all they've done is just gently fade out. So my whole community is changing, because look at all you beautiful people, you're all in my community. And I realize that my frequency, who I am, people want to hang around positive people, and you attract positive people. So my relationships, I have really amazing relationships around me, and I'm so blessed. I look at my finances. I mean, it's been a fascinating past story. I don't need to discuss it anymore. We all have those stories. But when I made that decision to stay on a happier frequency every day, my finances turned around so quickly, because within a month, tarot bars came into our lives. And the rest is history there. It's just now I'm clearing out debt. There's movement of money. I'm not obsessed with money. I trust and absolutely know that I'm a money magnet, and I have to keep my frequency up in order to be that, you know, money, to attract wealth and abundance into my life. And it's so special, because I don't have that obsessive, like at the end of the month or during, like, that sick feeling. It's gone. It's totally eradicated. I totally believe now I drive my bank balance by checking in on my happy frequency every day. I look at my manifesting of when I sold up everything and I thought reset. I was going on a house sitting journey. I wanted a house sit around Cape Town and see where I was going to land up house sitting, where I wanted to eventually maybe live. And within 3 weeks of house sitting Camps Bay, I was in the neighborhood of another friend, and I phoned her and said, I'm in your neighborhood. And she said, look, I'm looking for a house sit. So I land up house sitting for her for 5 months, which comes to an end on Monday coming. And then she's asked and said, well, look, I want to carry on studying overseas and everything. Will you stay here till the end of July? So what's happened? Whoever gets a 15-month house sit? Me. Of course I do, because I attracted it in. Because I literally set my intention and said, okay, I'd love a 5-month house sit. And then we were discussing it, Joe and I said, wouldn't it be nice to stay here? Like, until maybe the middle of next year. And she studies. I'm not joking. The next thing I get a phone call. And she says, would you guys like to stay on? So had I been in a negative state, it would have been a totally different story. I look at my health now, and it's been quite a journey with my health over the last couple of years and what have you. But I've realized now, the more the positive and the more happy I've been every day, the gentler I've been with me. And so we don't call overweight weight, we call it inflammation in our family. So my inflammation is even coming down because I have just surrendered to actually being nicer to myself. And today, it sounds silly, but today I took myself for a pedicure in the middle of the rain and the whole thing. I haven't been for a pedicure this year. Those little things of just pampering oneself and spending time and actually talking to yourself in the mirror and saying, you know what, you're not so bad. And so I've started really appreciating me and one of the exercises in our Robin Banks homework this week is actually to write 15 to 20 things that you like about yourself. Do you know it was such an easy list to do? But could you do that list easily yourself? Write down 15 to 20 things, nice things, whether it be what you look like or whether what you do, whatever, of yourself. It's not an easy exercise because that's not what we get taught to do. And so I look at, and my health has completely turned around. I mean, I've started eating cleaner. I've started just being very aware of when I feel better or when I don't. And the other thing is now with a sort of cleaner mindset and this amazing life going on, the inspirations kicked in. And so the inspirations kicked in now for a website to be born with various courses being designed and ideas and things that we're putting together, and so that I don't have all my eggs in one basket and that I am doing the things that I want to do. And none of this would have happened if I had not, funny enough, joined the profession of network marketing because of its personal development course. And all these years of the network of the personal development and a little bit of business on the side, and always pitching up and never letting the people down because I didn't want to let myself down because I wanted to be there. I got better and better at the business without beating myself up about it. I really used to beat myself up about it, that I wasn't good enough compared to all these people that earn fortunes more than me. But you know what? I would rather be happy who I am and what I know about the law of attraction now, exactly where I am, have been taking a step back in order to now freaking leap forward, and trusting that throughout this process that I'm heading in the right direction to fulfill my purpose. And this entire story, it's actually, my being happy and being calmer and really trusting and getting all this inspiration. I have found my purpose, and while building the network marketing business, and I wouldn't swap it for anything. Mine wasn't a money goal. Initially, when I did my why, it was to be financially secure. It's not. That's not my purpose. The money's coming anyway if you get your frequency up. My purpose was to make a difference in this world of being with the most incredible people that I can uplift, and I can create an environment for them to flourish and for them to grow just by being and being the best me. And I'm landing up being more and more and more and more me. So I'm being more authentic, I'm being more genuine, I'm being more, and people join people in this business. You don't have to beg people to join you. You just have to be the person they want to join. And if they don't join you, it's just because they've got a different frequency. And their story's not attached to yours. So, it has allowed me now to literally lay my life out there and And Joe and I are really beginning the most amazing adventure with regards to an industry that has allowed me to set up a platform where I can launch now and go and travel and work the business as we can online and create a reality for you guys who are growing both yourselves and your businesses. Don't rush it. Be it and enjoy it and find a happy way to do it, because when you get you aligned and right, business just arrives, I promise you. Take a step back before you leap forward. And wouldn't you prefer to be traveling around the world if you could, or whether it's holidays or little weekends away, or doing extraordinary things because you've got that extra cash, because you've set yourself up, and even if it's a little bit, to enjoy the journey on the way, rather than what are you waiting for, a massive pot of gold and then you're too old to even spend it. So we've decided that we're going to start traveling and using get rid of all our debt and what have you. We've got such an amazing product to do it quickly with, and we've got such an incredible personal development platform that you've got to jump into first before and just learn along for your business. And abundance and all of those good, amazing things, relationships, everything falls into place. But you really have to look at yourself first. And Abraham Hicks, I've been wanting to share with you guys forever and ever and ever, in whichever way I can, and trying to do it in Susie way. But there is nothing more powerful than actually plugging into their videos and understanding how the conscious works, etc. And simple little exercises every day, as hard as they are, they have completely transformed my life. Ian, I know they've transformed your life. Joe, I know you live by it, because, you know, you and I, that's how we base our lives. And I'm proudly finding, as I said, more and more of me. And by finding more and more of me, everything is expanding. And I can now be me and show you that you can also, by just pitching at a function, even if by being with the people is the aim and being in a positive environment, you will start learning your business as you learn your business. But become the better person first, and then alongside your business. Don't become the money chaser first. Become the person that you want to build groups with and teams with. Because now that I've, started setting myself up really nicely financially, we really do realize that we have such an amazing world out there that we want to start exploring, and that I know that I can bring personal development and growth anywhere around the world to you guys, and still be part of this family, and still be part of this team, and still pitch for business trainings, etc. in between it all, a better person. And I'm following my purpose and my dream of how I can contribute to this world. So I ask you tonight to reflect on, who are you? Who are you really? What is your address? What is your frequency address? What do you put out to the world? Are you miserable? Are you broken? Are you hopeful? Are you generally happy? Could you be more happy or happier? What is your address right now? And what is the address you want to be? Who is the frequency? What is the frequency you want to be? What is the person you want to be in your life? And start working on your address, finding your inner home, your inner peace. Because when you find that address, #home, really special things happen around you, that from people to everything flows, everything, synchronicities, you all think they're synchronicities and what have you. I mean, Keith, I was looking at your last month. I mean, you on earth, cars and all sorts of things you're winning or being given and handed over and winning on the radio and what have you. I mean, it's just magical around there. when Joe and I were walking the other day, I mean, you know, the size, I'm going to actually post the picture. The size of a normal dandelion is like a £5 coin or so. No jokes. We came across a dandelion on the side of the road with two little ones on the side. I'm not joking. It was bigger than Joe's hand. There's this massive dandelion. Who gets a wish that big? And who notices it? Because I have been in a very, my personal development journey, and I also am going to do a session on gratitude. I have purely looked for the good in every situation and in every person I come across. Even the ones that lose it and whatever, there is always good out there. So I choose in my day to look for the good in situations. If I'm stuck in traffic, I'm meant to be there. So that I look at the trees, I look at the mountains, I look at number plates and all numbers, the 444s and the 777s. I surrender to it because that frequency then opens up the traffic. But if I get upset with the traffic, guess what? There's a chance that you might stay in traffic or someone cuts you off, and by the time you get anywhere. So Abraham teaches us these amazing lessons of why you are attracting your reality. So the work that I did on me and have done on me over the past few years, and my reset at the end of January, where I said, I am now going to have, and I only have one daily mantra. And my daily mantra is, I have an easy life of fun, flow, joy, and love. I'm tuned in, tapped in, and turned on. I'm a winner, is what I say every single day of my life. And that frequency has brought me. I mean, who gets to, I'm in a beautiful little house. I've got a fireplace going because it's freezing here. I've got the most amazing cat, Pablo, who loves me to bits. I've got an incredible man in my life. I have an amazing 2 children. I have my health. I have money in the bank. We're going to Bali for a month. I have a passive income coming in. And it's all because I didn't stop searching for that inner unsettled in me. And I found it in the teaching of Abraham, brought everything together. And that is what I want to share with you. So I really want you to go and work on your frequency and check what is your address at the moment and what is your address that you would like to be in the world. And start your personal development group by hanging around with positive people. Even if you don't understand your business, just pitch up and be with the people. And if someone's negative, walk away. But be with that environment, because that environment is what is going to surge you forward in your growth, in your relationships, in your financials, in everything. You have to start in to go out, not look out to come in. Money's not going to make you happy. But oh my word, the inner wealth, while you are learning about the wealth and how to grow the wealth, everything then sprouts. Everything then grows out together. So your homework this week is to check on your address. Check on it now and check on it where you want to go to. And that every single day, check in on, does this feel right? Does this feel wrong? Does this feel good? Does this feel bad? You know, and that is how I base my life. And I am evidence now. And I suddenly turned around and looked this week and I thought, oh my word. My life is exactly today because of my thoughts yesterday. And my life is magical because my thoughts yesterday and the day before and the day before were positive. And I've made a habit of it now that it becomes easier and easier and easier. It doesn't have an overnight, and digging deep, you don't have to regurgitate all the pain of the past. You just have to shift your sails 1 degree and decide to do something different in a day. And all that good energy that comes in really, honestly and truly filters out all the pain from the past. You just change your story. So I do. And I will, honestly, and I will share the daily affirmation. I have an easy life of fun, flow, joy, and love. Tuned in, tapped in, and turned on. I am a winner. Spot on. And I'll type it out for you. So I'll send you the clip on the Telegram group of what the clip of what I just read is all about. I urge you to subscribe to some of the channels. If anyone wants to pop onto my Abraham WhatsApp group, you're so welcome to. And if anyone wants to put Abraham clips onto the Back to Basics growth, you're absolutely welcome to. It is really something very special that we all need to know what universe we live in and how we actually fit in this, because we're not just lumps of meat, by the way. And the sooner you realize that, and the sooner you realize that you can use it to your best of your ability, the sooner your life changes proper. And then you can go play. And so we're about to go play this universe, knowing that abundance is coming in because we trust it, and knowing that it all depends on our frequency. So I am super excited to share this path with you. And I hope that every week you land up bringing someone new to this group who's ready to learn and ready to expand in this story, and change your stories, because it really is quite boring to be sad all the time. And it's really amazing to actually turn it around and say, I can do it. And I know, because I did. So I'm the walking, not the walking dead, I'm the walking alive, without a doubt. Ian, can I ask you, would you like to say something about what Abraham has, in a couple of minutes, just what Abraham has done, the teachings of Abraham Hicks has done for you in your life? I'd love you to share.
Sure, yeah. I think one of the most important things for me is letting go of FOMO, fear of missing out. I think everything will happen when it's meant to, and that's helped me relax, specifically in building this business, because I know that my vibration is the most important thing. When my vibration is right, I will attract the right people to my business. And last week you experienced that, Susie, when my vibration was right. I got a VIP phoned me and joined straight away. He literally joined with he met Joe. Actually, remember Stephen you met in Joburg? Yeah, he signed up VIP. So, and that was, he got a hold of me out of the blue. I haven't heard from this guy in 5 years. And he got hold of me out of the blue. Last time I saw him was in 2014, 2015 in Pretoria. And he got hold of me and we started chatting. I invited him and he signed up VIP. So, and that was because my vibration was right. So that's all I do, is I spend time on my vibration. I listen to at least 2, sometimes 3 or 4 15-minute clips a day on Abraham. And I'm way more relaxed. I'm much less stressed. I breathe a lot better because she teaches you how to breathe properly. I've learned to let my shoulders down and relax. One of the big things that she's taught me is a thing called segment intending. So, and what that means is, as we begin a new segment, so for give you an example, this call is a segment, and as soon as we finish with this call, we're going to go and do something different. It could be go and shower, go bath, go put the kids to bed, whatever the case is. Sit for 5 seconds, take a deep breath, and then focus and create an intention for the next segment of your life. And that's something that I've learned to do, and it's helped me a lot. Is when I get to work in the mornings, I sit down, I switch a car engine off, take a breath, and focus on my day and think about it. And that's helped me create the right vibration. Instead of being panicked and worried and concerned, I'm now really relaxed because of that. That's one of the key things that I use. But overall, it's just calmed me down completely. I'm a lot happier. I laugh a lot. I'm known as Mr. Happy at the office. I say happy whatever day it is. I'm happy whatever day it is. So tomorrow morning when I get there, everyone's expecting a happy Friday meme from me, because that's what I do every Friday for the guys at work, and they love it because I'm Mr. Happy in the office, and that's all because I don't look externally for my happiness. It comes from within me, because it's up to me, because we all have a choice. The government's not going to make you happy. Your wife's not going to make you, your husband, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, they're not going to make you happy. You have to make you happy. And it's the same with abundance. Abundance doesn't come from the external, it comes from inside. When we're in abundant nature, we'll attract abundance. And that's a big lesson for me, is that I've been searching for years, like Susie's been on a journey, like Joe's been on a journey for many, many years. I've been searching and searching, searching. And finally, when I got to Abraham Hicks, I got the message, and it was abundance doesn't come from driving, making 100 phone calls, trying to force people to join your business, irritating them. Abundance comes from within. And when we find that abundance internally, whether it be happy, abundance could be laughing with friends, abundance could be playing with your dog and switching off the rest of the world, or playing with your kids, or that's abundance. And that creates a higher vibration. And when we vibrate at that abundance, we attract that abundance in other areas of our life. So that's been very key for me. I could talk for another couple of hours.
I know, but I'm going to ask Joe, and then I'm actually going to ask Lothar after Joe to give us. We've got 8 more minutes between 22. We'll make, but anyway, we'll be fine. So Joe, I'd love your input, and then Lothar, I'd love to hear from you. Seeing that we've got you on from Germany, we've had a. So Joe, yeah, I mean, what I ask you, I know we live this. We live, we breathe, we apply this all to our lives. It's the basics law of attraction. So, what is the value you can add to this, please, Mr. Magic Man?
So,
there's your feather, Lothar.
Yeah, no, I've been watching it. One of the biggest things that this information through Abraham has brought in is that living life through vibrational alignments and aligning with self to source, or tuning in. And out of everything always that comes through, it's always allowing self to align vibrationally to source, and aligning and aligning and aligning, and not trying, not pushing, just allowing. And that's the biggest thing that always comes in, that everything is as it's supposed to be. You don't have to force anything to be. It is as it's supposed to be. And living in your truth is infinitely in alignment with source, and just being. And that's,
sorry, carry on.
I could also carry on talking for I think
that clip that we read yesterday, and I think Jeff made a comment of it as well, of instead of when we should say rather, I allow abundance into my life, rather than I want to be rich, or I want to make money, or however. I allow abundance into my life. I allow love into my life. I allow money into my life. I allow it. It's kind of like a gentler door to open. It's a gentle vibration, as opposed to I want or I need. I need money. Is a negative vibration. I want money is a negative vibration. I want love. I need love. It's like you're looking for something external to fix that. And allowing source, or allowing abundance, allowing source, I allow myself to be happy. I allow myself to stand in the sun. You're giving yourself permission to attract all of this in your life. I allow myself to love and be loved. Is a really lovely exercise you can actually all apply. No, you're right. Source, whatever you call it, source, God, whoever, whatever your religion is an energy, is a happier, is a big form. And I really want you, if you go onto Abraham Hicks, if you put the Abraham Hicks and God, you can search on YouTube for the themes you want. Abraham Hicks self-love, Abraham Hicks joy, Abraham Hicks hate, go pick your themes. And you can, but first of all, I urge you to go and who is Abraham Hicks and what is it? But Lothar does a lot of work with the Abrahams as well, and the teachings. Joe, thank you. I'm going to go over to Germany, from Greenside to Germany, to Frankfurt.
I would like you to unmute everybody, please.
Okay, hold on. Manage participants. Unmute all. Okay, so if anyone's got noise in the background, okay.
Party!
So I would like everybody to join me. Always look at the bright side of
Side of life.
ta-dum,
Ta-dum, ta-dum, ta-dum, ta-dum.
always bright side.
Side of life. Ta-dum.
Ta-dum,
Beat the
ta-dum,
drum.
ta-dum, ta-dum.
It's so easy. Now with Abraham Hicks, it is joyful, it's funny, repetitive, because step one, you have and we have a wish for something. We choose something. Step two is when it's being given. Step three is that we align to the given. And this is where we as humans have our downfalls. And this is when we stand in our own way. And it's very, very joyful and funny. Just before we started meeting this evening, I had the great privilege of sitting in my garden and having Susie with me. And I had the phone on my thigh. So she and I could see the sky in the phone above me. And as we spoke, whatever we spoke was reflected in the sky. And I would like you, Susie, to tell everyone what you saw and how it was there and how it changed and how everything we said, how we were so much in alignment, how that was reflected in the sky. Describe one or two of the memories.
So I guess I was busy asking Lotus of sort of clarity that I was on the right path, etc., etc. And the next thing, the first thing that appeared was this face laughing, and we had been joking about something, and then this cloud turned into a whole big laughing face with a big nose and what have you. Oh, and then, you know, like you've got the saint. Do you remember the saint with the halo? So Lota was there with this, just the stripe. I'll send the screenshots of, he had this saint, this loop around, or halo around his head of like pure angel. And then we were chatting about something, and the next thing, this angel with the wings appeared, and then all these heads popped up. So it was like a whole audience of angels watching us and approving of what we're saying. And then I asked Lota about something. He said, you will get clarity on, you know, you'll know clarity on, and it wasn't a cloud in the sky. They had just gone. So there was this clarity. So I love looking for signs around.
The teachings of Abraham. Now, for me personally, I want to keep it short because I have days and weeks and months to share, is after 39 years of meditation and being with spiritual teachers, coming into the space of beingness. It's every moment is. It just bubbles up. Every moment is. So the teachings of Abraham are very, very timely for this day and age that we find ourselves in, because it is not structured in a belief system. It's not structured in a teacher-student relationship. It is very clear, very repetitive in the simplicity of what life is and how life unfolds. And it's extremely joyful and funny when you listen to various of these life events. It's just hilarious. And if you want to start your day with laughter, you will certainly find the right teaching there. The story of this feather, I shared this earlier, but most of you won't know. And I was with a very, very wonderful teacher and healer from Kazakhstan in a city in Germany. And there's a big lake in the city, and there are swans in the city, white swans. And so I went to the waterline, and I was very, very deep inside. Many reflections in the skies. So this one swan came and he plucked a feather and then he handed it over to me. Now imagine that. Are you willing to pluck something from yourself and hand it over? And remember, it must have pained that swan to pluck the feather and then pass it on to a human, not even your own tribe, not even the group of communication, you know, totally different from an animal to a mammal, and from an egg laying to, let me not go there, to a significance is, how do I feel in the moment? Because this is how I notice what's going on. And when I'm free, like what Susie said, the sky was blue. When Susie was free, after all this, what we discussed earlier this afternoon, when all the shapes of subjects were taken care of, were seen, like Joe noticed what you described earlier. Not many people notice it's around you until they start noticing it. And when people start noticing it, life is obvious. It is utterly, utterly obvious. There's no mistake. No mistake, nothing. Everything is perfect as it is. No matter how unperfect it appears to be, it is perfect in the moment, as the moment arises. And so I'm very proud of you, Susie. You asked me earlier, so I can make a public statement. I'm very proud of you, how you have developed even just recently. And I'm really glad that you're having this 1 week communication and meeting with people. And it is very, very obvious how you've done your journey, and that's why you're authentic. I can vouch for you for all levels of your being since we met first time. All your ups and your downs and your terribles and your beautifuls. It's my privilege as a friend and as a mentor, as you call me a mentor. I'm a friend to you, a divine friend, if you will. And you allow me to see the innermost of you, and to see how you share this with everyone in this group and in your world is obvious. And this is how it works. This is how it works. This is what it is. So life will pluck the feather and give it to you. And so thank you for having me and for allowing me a few minutes to speak.
But you are always welcome to this group, and you really have been the most amazing friend and mentor to me. So I'm going to love and leave you all tonight. Night, little Ian there. There's a Nene Ian here. Our crowd, our audience is getting younger and younger and younger. Oh, and on ending on that subject, Lothar, I'm just going to mute you. Thank you so much. I have to say, I don't know if any of you have seen on Facebook, there's this advert for this Gaia TV, Gaia channel. Oh my word. Dump Netflix, everybody. I'll put the link on. I think there's like a sharing link. I'll put it on to the group as well. So I've got to do that. I'm going to put you some photos. I'll do the Abraham Hicks. It's 100 and I think what, 140 Rand a month or something. I don't know. Joe pays for it, and we got 3 links, of which I got one, and then we gifted one to a friend of mine, Tracy. It's got over 8,000 videos. You want your personal development and how to understand and speed up your process? You have to get Gaia channel. You have to get it. You can share it amongst 3 of you. It is so worth it. And learning how the missing links, there's an actual thing called the missing link series. I'm busy watching how to connect your head and your heart, how to manifest. There's yoga classes, there's eating, there's movies, but it's all higher conscious stuff. And that's what everybody, and that is where your success is. That is where your address is. And it is a process. It is not an overnight birthing of you. It is a process. So enjoy the ride and enjoy the events where you can come to your new family with of positiveness, so that you don't get maybe in your work environment or your home or your regular friends that you've had. When you shift and you grow, you must expect that some people will go in your life. I mean, you even grow and then they go. But you have to realize and embrace that the most incredible people arrive. And isn't it always about arriving, not going? So I really honestly and truly say, look at it. I'll put it up, and there's a wonderful one on gratitude. I'll see if I can repost it for you, because I'll start posting you. They allow you 24 hours to watch some of the clips, so I'll post a whole lot for you. I'll ask Joe to as well as we watch. I know we've gone over time, but it was a really special evening. Ian, thank you for sharing. Lothar, thank you so much for sharing all this way. He's got a summer evening in Frankfurt, and he's heading off to Amsterdam this weekend. And Joe in Greenside, and all my other beautiful people from all the way around. We've Gordons Bay, Joburg, you are everywhere. So I'll post a whole lot of things on the group, and would love you all just to go and check out Abraham. And if it's not your flavor, it's not your flavor. But it's an educational rather than, it's not brainwashing anything. It's education. It's understanding frequencies and understanding how you fit in with everything you do has a frequency. So pick your radio station, design your radio station, improve the furnishings in your radio station every single day. So all my furniture is bright yellow in the happy color, and I choose it every morning, and therefore my life is now reflecting it, which is really special. I really have a cool life, and I have cool people around me. So on that note, I love you all, and thank you so much. I'll put this recording out, share it, bring people to this group, and if anybody knows who won the pyramid a few weeks ago, we are looking for you. Anyway, okay guys, thank you so much, and have an amazing evening, and we'll see you same time next week. I think we'll do 17 seconds next week. We'll make it a quick call. Okay guys. Bye.